Hello. Today I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn. I mentioned a couple times ago that I was actually really close to getting the platinum for the game. The only thing I'm missing is actually the skill here. I need 3 skill points to get it, but apparently once I get that, I'll have the platinum trophy. So I figured, I may as well get it. And I was kind of feeling like I wanted to take a little break from Elden Ring anyways, just because I've been playing it quite a while now. I already beat the game, but right now I'm just hanging out in this tutorial area, or not tutorial, the expansion area, because I never actually did the expansion. I played this game like non-stop for what was probably like a month and a half, and I kind of burned out on it a bit by the time I got to the expansion. But yeah, I completed all of the like quests and all of the hunting grounds and the cauldrons and all that. It was a great game, but after playing it, like I said, literally non-stop for over a month, I just got a little tired of it. But oh, what the heck? I'm already like right in front of some Snapmaws. I remember the control scheme. So yeah, I don't know if you've ever played this game before, but the premise of it is that you're like, in this world where there's all these like robotic creatures roaming around, and you're trying to figure out, I guess, the main character is kind of like an outcast in her tribe, and you're like trying to figure out why you're an outcast, and all kinds of other stuff. But the story is kind of complicated, so I guess I won't really get into all of it. Suffice to say that you turn out to be like, essentially the chosen one, like you are in most games. Oh, what the heck? And yeah, I'm not too worried about taking damage, just because I already have the best armor in the game that basically just gives you like a self-recharging shield. Normally, I'm gonna hit this little canister here. So the creatures have weak spots, and that one has these flammable canisters. And when you hit them, cause an explosion. It's a little hard to land the shot, though. Ow. Uh-oh. Well, I can't take that. See if I can get a quick shot on him. Yeah, as I mentioned, I already have like all the best armor in the game, and it just recharges the shield every like basically. What the heck? You're a different dinosaur or different crocodile. I wonder. Which is why you can see that my health turns blue up there in the corner. Every once in a while. The ult is actually like the size of my entire health bar, so it literally doubles my health every couple seconds, which is pretty insane. If you're being careful with this armor, it's pretty hard to die, honestly. Like, if you die, it's just because you're being a little reckless or impatient. Especially like with the level of gear I have. You basically just play it safe, and might die here though. Drink a potion. Drink a couple potions. I have like tons of resources. Like I said, I basically have 100% of this game. At this point, I don't really have to worry about like being careful about how I use things or anything like that, because I just have like a huge excess of everything. Like even I can't even pick up certain items anymore, just because my inventory, there's like an inventory size limit in this game, and my inventory is actually completely full. So to pick things up, I actually have to just use things, because there's no space anymore. The nice thing about that is that I never have to worry about running out of like arrows or whatever, like fancy weapons or anything like that. Stop hitting me, please. Guess that's on fire. The giant robot alligators are weak to well, not weak to like that here. I mean. They're weak to fire in certain areas. And if you set them on fire, it deals a bunch of damage to them over time. And it also makes them freak out for a moment. It's pretty useful. I'm gonna drink a big potion. Oh, that's the one that I broke the canister on earlier. Let's see if I can set him on fire. Yeah, so if you hit that canister, you see how he caught on fire finally? He's gonna explode, basically. Yeah. And it deals a lot of damage, obviously. And it also gives you like a ton of progress towards the status element that you want to inflict on them. Coming after me. The way I play this game, I like to kind of just type things with the bow. I don't know why. I think I mean, the reason I like to play this way is just because A, I find it more fun, and B, when I first started playing, I'm playing this game on the hardest difficulty. And, sorry. Nope, I missed. Try again. Get that now? Sure. Let's see. But yeah, when I started playing this game, we started on the hardest difficulty, so it was very, very difficult to get close to things. They would just like one-shot you, basically, for most of the game. And so early on in the game, I had to like level up the bow quite a bit so that I could fight things at a safe distance. And it could be that I'm just not all that great at this game or whatever, but this is how I like to play it. Stop. That. Pretty good. Okay, I think I got it. Get out of here before he explodes. So, yeah, as you see, the alligator exploded because I set the little green canisters on his back on fire. Part of the reason why I like this game so much is because, at least on the difficulty I'm playing at, all of the fights feel like very, very, very intense, you know? That alligator, if it had hit me like twice with like 2 strong hits before I managed to heal, it could have easily taken me out. Oh, come on. That's taking me out. The creatures are all way more mobile than you are, so you really have to be careful where you're standing or, what your surroundings are. Luckily, they do have those like indicators that tell you where stuff are around you. Okay, I hit him. Nice. That's gonna cause him to explode, so let's back off a bit. Oh, I was not expecting him to recover so fast. The dodges in this game are pretty generous. You get like a lot of iframes whenever you dodge. Oh, he's attacking my... I have a mount. You can like override the machines to turn them into your allies. If you do, they become your mounts. And the mounts actually fight for you. So it's a good thing I have that armor I mentioned. You can see it's like blinking red right now. I would have basically died there. Just because the armor doubles your health and they kill you in one hit basically on the hardest difficulty. Oh. Yeah, it's been a while since I played, so I'm also just... Oh my god, I'm alive. I'm also just not as good at this game as I once was, but I remember most of what I need to do. Another weapon I really like is this ropecaster. You can shoot them with it, and it actually like ties them down. So it's really good for getting clean shots on things. I'm gonna break off these little canister covers so that I can set the creature on fire. And you want to get close, just like beat on them while they're tied down, and get out of there so they don't kill you. Oh, please. Talk about this. Hit your canister. Good. I think I got it. Here. Just a clean shot on the canister. Nope. One thing that's nice about this game is you can craft mid-combat, which is good for me because if I couldn't, I would definitely run out of arrows very quickly with the amount of HP these creatures have. Just getting right up in my face. You can see armored. As you damage those little parts on their body, you can actually break the pieces of armor off. You know, that exposes weaker parts, or makes it so that you can hit parts that were previously covered, like those canisters that I've been trying to hit. I'll make sure you got it away. Okay, I got it done now. He's gonna explode. Okay, kind of close to him. These are just more powerful arrows. A lot of damage. Going for a critical hit. Beat on him for a bit. While he's on fire, he takes extra damage just because it's like one of the things he's weak to. Okay. That wasn't too bad. I did have to use quite a few potions there just because, again, I'm a little rusty on this game, but I came here to do a quest. Oh, there's another alligator. Do I need to fight him? Look like I do. Wait, I don't... Not the quest I wanted to do. I wanted to do that one. Excuse me.
Back to your business.
So... I can summon my mount here. That ride some of the machines. That's something you unlock pretty early on in the game. It's like a quest item you get. Or sorry, you can do these things called cauldrons, which are like these big dungeons. You do it. How do I get off? I don't remember. And when you do the cauldrons, it unlocks the ability to override like certain classes of machines. So, you know, I did one of the cauldrons, and it means I can override like all the horse-like things. So there's like horses and goat creatures and like these small lion creatures as well. This game has like a little scanning system where you have to like look around with this special view, and it lets you learn about things or find like hidden collectibles and stuff. I already collected all the collectibles in the base game, so I'm not really all that interested in collecting the ones for the expansion pack, just because I don't plan on playing for too long. But it's pretty fun, honestly, the collectible hunting in this game, because you can buy an item that tells you like roughly where things are, which I like. I don't like having to like find. I don't like it when collectibles are like super well hidden to the point where they're impossible to find if you just don't like, you know, stumble upon them through pure luck. They are well hidden in this game, but because you can buy the items, I don't actually have the stuff to buy any of this. Because you can buy the items that tell you roughly where they are, you don't have to like go looking for them quite as much. And I don't know why I checked that merchant, because like I said, I already have all the best gear in the game that I'm aware of. I guess maybe they might have released some expansion armor that's pretty good, but it's pretty unlikely they released anything better than this armor, because this armor, like I said, doubles your HP and automatically heals every like 10 seconds. Normally to heal you have to collect like medical plants. I'm sure we'll see one soon. You have to pick up like medicinal plants, and they go into this little pouch, which is that green bar underneath my health bar, and that's how you heal. So like that's an example of one right there. If I pick this up, it'll fill up the green bar a bit, and that's how you add healing to your character. But yeah, the armor doesn't use that. It just completely refills every once in a while. And I don't remember where I got this quest, because I actually had it when I stopped playing. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, it looks like I'm just trying to figure out why there's so much water coming into the town. Yeah, let's go look around. The setting for the game is like this. Oh, here's like a little thing I mentioned. You can like scan collectibles. So this will give us like the text collectible, and it gives you like some lore. The lore in this game is actually really good. Um, they have like the main story, which you get sort of like through embedded cutscenes and dialogue throughout the world. Um, and then they also have all these collectibles that just add like depth to the world and flavor, and they just do world building, and it's usually pretty good. Herd of killer bees escaping out of a tin can. Then there was a weird light through the trees. I think it was aliens, but it was one of those blue spectrum LEDs. Looked super creepy on the snow. As it got closer, I heard some Yahoo letting out this weird guttural man shriek. 1000 RPMs, change legs. Said Yahoo was none other than Dodd Blevins, our new director of security, or whatever his $20 title is. He was actually riding an old snowmobile, like they're 1,000 times more polluting than a combustion era car. My expert professional opinion, Blevins is a grade A douche canoe. I decided not to stick the security bot on his flabby rear. After all, he's practically our boss for the next 2 weeks. But Shells, you might want to take a bathroom break now because you're going to lose it when you find out what I did instead. I was standing right near one of the trail signs and I could tell Blevins was headed for me, so I reprogrammed the sign to swap directions between Fairy Falls and Purple Mountain. Wicked, right? You never get a snowmobile up there. I hope he bailed out hard and had to walk back to the lodge. Guess I'll be filing my first ever incident report right before this whole thing shuts down forever. I could let it slide like usual, but then where's the fun, Shells? Where is the fun? So yeah, I mean the setting for the world, like I said, is it seems like it's like this cool mixture of like futuristic and like tribal. Like the setting is that there's been like an apocalypse essentially, and everyone died except for some humans that they managed to preserve through a technological kind of like bastion where they hid for a long time until they came out. And you're like way in the future after people have like already been like basically adapted to the new world that they live in, where there's like these robotic machines, well, of course, there's these robotic animals that look they look like animals from our day or from
evacuation recommended.
Okay.
Overflow
they look like dinosaurs or like modern day animals, and you're mostly fighting them throughout the game. Very few of them are friendly. I think there's only like a handful of friendly ones, honestly. And then at the same time, like the whole premise of the game is that you're trying to figure out like who you are, like why the world is the way it is, and you're like an outcast from your village. But oh man, this game has this is one of the rooms with puzzles.
Intake tower. Looks like most of the facility is underwater.
Yeah, this facility has been flooded. And I need to find a battery for this.
Another holographic interface. Must be pieces missing.
Yeah. There's like a battery missing from this. A lot of the dungeons in this game have like little puzzles. Either it's like you have to go fetch something that's missing, or you have to like solve like a text puzzle or something like that. I go from here.
The lock positions. Helpful.
Yeah, so like if these were working, I would have to match up the lock little dial to the corresponding machine over here. But yeah, since I'm missing that piece, first I need to find that. So I figure out where I'm actually supposed to go. Select the video. This one's a voice recording.
It's okay. Like, how do we want to start this farewell thingy? We might be the last session.
Oh, an actual person. Or was that part of the recording? Oh yeah, that is a person.
This is the perfect opportunity to do a good deed.
Hello.
Are you alright?
He's got interesting clothes. Most of the characters are always wearing things that are
Don't know how happy you just made me.
kind of like reminiscent of
For a moment, I thought my fire
tribal
was
clothes. I don't know what I mean by tribal, but like
But nope. Not old.
they just don't look like modern clothing. They look like they were made from, you know, like leather or like made at home, you know, not like in a factory or something like that. Except since the animals are like machines, they also incorporate
My apologies.
like all these metal parts and stuff, which is pretty cool.
Whatever order you like. There's an artifact in that storage room I simply must acquire. But as you may have noticed, the door won't budge. I took one of those roundish, ringy what's-its from the wall beside the door.
Stole the part
No
I
luck.
need.
So I had to go with that panel with the button. Even less luck.
Oh my god.
My gentle
Ruining everything.
experimentation caused the chamber to flood.
A little.
So I pushed the button again, perhaps a little too enthusiastically. Sparks and smoke. Now, obviously, I came here to investigate. My cautious footsteps may have contributed slightly to the collapse of a bridge. And when the bridge began to collapse, I may have, for the
He's
sake of expedience, abandoned the
totally
cumbersome
incompetent
what's
sort.
to the waves. By the time I thought to give up the endeavor, the door had closed behind me. And thusly do we come to the present moment.
You said
Indeed. That storage pen, intricate. I've only seen one such device before. I remember holding it, staring at.
and one of these looking glasses.
Oh, yes. I've wanted to find one for so long.
Well, there's no
Okay,
way we're
I
getting
really
into
need the
that
ring he
storage room
took.
without another ring.
You don't say. Well, my savior, my salvation, and together that ring is as good as ours, and with it the storage room.
Didn't you say you dropped the ring in the water?
Well, I'll grant you.
So you found,
Quite, but
and then you broke.
also, what?
The panel's the only way to shut this place down, as far as I can.
That storage room is filled, top to bottom. Would you be surprised to find the parts you need in there?
All right.
So we need to replace that ring and get into the storage room. Then I can fix the.
And I can find
Okay, Hilden.
2 sets of hands, girl. 2 sets of hands. Behind us lie
Okay.
a pair of enormous gates, but I believe the gates must be operated in tandem. Together, we can.
Guess we better get started then.
I guess we better.
I'm a little surprised we're busting this guy since he,
Up ahead, girl.
his
See the
sheer
valve?
incompetence,
Time to put
is
our
the
hands
one
to
who
use. I'll take care of this one.
destroyed things
There's
to
another
begin
valve on the other side to lock the gate in place. Would you mind heading across and doing the honors?
with.
You know, I'm reminded of a tale by
Right.
out here that claims.
This game has these things called trials, which are they're just like challenges. Like if you've played, you know, any of the Spider-Man games or the Batman games or anything like that, there's always those things all over the map you can do that are like slay a certain number of enemies in like a certain number of time, or do it without like getting hit and things like that. Basically the same thing.
Charming.
Cool. Normally I'm pretty thorough when I like play this game. I've been pretty thorough to like find everything, but since I mostly just want to level up so I can get my trophy, I don't really care all that much if I miss something. Hello.
Marvelous! You made it!
Okay.
Now grab that valve and give it a spin.
On it.
A little more now, and I should be able to get the blasted gate moving.
I'm not even spinning his.
There. You should be able to lower the gate.
Oh, okay. He's
Right
gonna
you
watch.
are. Now, when I get this gate down, you'll need to turn the valve again. Ought to lock this thing in place.
Sure. Yeah, the challenges in this game are really good. I don't know if they get easier if you like turn the difficulty down or whatever, but on the hardest difficulty, the time for
One
them
gate
is
down.
usually pretty
Halfway
tight.
through then, aren't we? To the second gate.
So there's 2 that I really had a hard time with. One of them, I think, might have been one of the easier ones for most people. It was
A ladder is a
one
rare
where there were all
and
these like
special
log
thing.
traps on a bunch of
Can depend
hills,
on it to take you exactly where you need to
and
go
all you had to do
and
was
no
actually just
further.
like hit a bunch of the. There's like these gazelle-like creatures. All you had to do was hit a bunch of
I'd
them.
wager the valves for the second sluice gate
How am
are
I supposed to
somewhere
go?
above us. How
Above
are we
us.
gonna get up there?
Looks like I could jump across on that. Rickety resting platform.
Rickety rusting platform. Oh, I see. Yeah, the challenge of the one of the challenges that I had the most trouble with was just like having to hit all these deer with these logs. Oh, scary. Okay. How do I get over there? I just jump. Jump. Oh, okay. And the deer are very skittish, so they just kept running away every time I tried to hit them with the logs, and it wasn't working out. I don't actually remember how I beat it eventually. I think I just tried over and over until I beat it. It took me, I think, over a day. Oh, there's a kind of a flexible.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Caught sellouts and runaway cowards. We see her.
Cut the words.
You started off so strong and then all of a sudden, well, that's sort of my MO. Bandit, we need one.
Look out below.
The climbing in this game is hilarious because it's just so over the top and absurd. Like, you're always climbing over things that are just like coated in ice and water, and just like doing full like launches onto them, but and catching like your full body weight as you're falling. And yeah, I mean, obviously you never slip because that would be really lame, but the difficulty of the climbs in this game are hilariously unrealistic. Okay. But it does make the game quite fun. Like the okay, the parkour aspect of it is really well done, even if it is absurd. Yeah, and there's this other challenge. This one is actually my favorite one, but it was also one of the ones I had a really hard time with, where there's like this giant T-Rex dinosaur that's the one that's like on the cover of the game. It's very cool. It has like rocket launchers and all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's one of the strongest monsters you can fight because it's so aggressive, and it has like heat-seeking robot drones that attack you, and like a missile launcher and all kinds of stuff. But the, killing one of those isn't that bad, especially not with the amount of gear I have at this point. But the challenge wasn't to beat one of them, it was actually to get 2 smaller creatures to kill it for you. And you can take over the machines, you can like do something to them so that they become your allies. Look for the counterweight. I think I have to climb up here or something. Hopefully I don't die. But yeah, you have to like get these 2 much weaker. Oh, I didn't reach it. Am I dead? Oh, okay, it just takes you back. Yeah, that was very nice of them.
The counterweight broke off.
I thought I was dead.
My weight might be enough to get it moving again.
Maybe I just didn't jump at the right time.
Hang on, okay? I've got a plan.
Got a plan.
To get up higher. I'd climb up that wreckage. That's pretty much what I do now.
Oh, I see. It's one of the ones that you walk onto. I just got impatient. I know, right? She just jumped like 10 feet across and, oh, another incredible one.
Oh my.
That's a V2 at my gym. V2. So yeah, there's like 2 small like lion creatures that are, they're pretty powerful, but they're nowhere near as powerful as the giant T-Rex creature. And basically, you can only control 1 creature at a time, I think. I've never controlled 2, but maybe that's... Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can only ever do 1. Oh, I just down there. But yeah, you can like control one of the like lion creatures at a time, and you're trying to like
Going down.
weaken the dinosaur enough so that they land like the killing blow on it. But the dinosaur is like so powerful that if you like take over the lion creatures and then just try to fight it like one-on-one and let the lion creature take the last hit, it'll like obliterate the lions. And if they both die, then you can't complete the mission. So, well, maybe I should jump over there.
Slow enough to jump.
Oh, look at that jump. So yeah, it's pretty challenging. You have to like find a way to keep the T-Rex thing like stunned or like weakened long enough for the lion creatures to kill it. You can like knock off its weapons, which is what I did. I was like destroying
Good question.
all the parts it had so that it couldn't destroy the lion creatures.
Snapmaw! Very, very big Snapmaw!
I see it, Gildan.
I didn't see
Very
that
big,
big.
very, very big!
Just stay out of the way.
What do you want? Is there a way to get down? Probably. So, yeah, I mean, I ended up knocking off the T-Rex's, like, parts that it had equipped so that it couldn't use any of its, like, powerful weapons. But even doing that, you only have 2 minutes, I think, and 40 seconds or something, 2 minutes and a half to defeat it. And, like, it takes almost 30 seconds just to take over the lion creature because of where it is. So, I think when I beat that one, I had like 2 seconds left on the clock. It was a very tight challenge. I enjoyed it a lot. All right, I don't think this thing is that strong. I'm gonna try to bully it. Myself see frost armor. Say shoot ice. Set some traps. This is always fun. I like to just put bombs everywhere. And then when they come over to attack me, they just like explode. Hilarious.
Nearly ready.
Come on. Come over here. Here. Okay. Oh wait, I do not want to be in the water.
Find out after I've killed it.
I did not mean to come in here. Hi. The dodging in this game is very generous. You get like a ridiculous amount of iframes. While it's afflicted by frost, it actually takes some extra damage, so right now is like a great time to just wail on it. But the arena they gave me to fight in is very small. It's kind of annoying. The frost swirl. Oh, but I knocked off one of the things. It's a little hard to tell. I know most of the attack patterns for these things, so I usually don't get like surprised by them, but when you meet them for the first time, it's pretty tricky. These are one of the smarter ones, like when they shoot at you, they lead you. So if you're like moving in a straight line, they'll shoot like ahead of where you are so that you run into it. So you have to be really careful with that. We're already pretty close to dead, honestly. This guy is not really strong. Got his other canister. Nail on him. Get him to the ground. These things, there's a bunch of them, they're pretty threatening, but when it's just one, it's not really that scary. I didn't know you could shoot their eyes. The parts glow, like when you hit a part that can be broken off. I just noticed that the eyes glowed there when I shot it. I'll go up to a critical hit.
It's dead.
Normally, when you first fight these things, they're not such pushovers. It's just that I have so much stuff at this point that I can just like basically
You're right.
just stun lock them.
This thing did swallow the ring.
That's the old Gildan intuition in action.
We'll open
Never
that
let me
door.
astray. Sure, its chosen routes can be a bit circuitous, but never mind. To the storage room.
We drained
To
enough
the
storage
spoils.
room.
Down, but
just like
wonder if I could empty up
ignoring
all
what he
of the-
says. Am I going the wrong way? I think this way. Weird. I guess I'll probably have to go down there at some point. Or maybe there's like some collectibles down there, but like, I'm not really all that interested in getting them just because I already collected pretty much everything in the base game. Like there's a couple types of collectibles. There's these flowers, like these metal flowers, which are kind of interesting. Each one has like a haiku or like a poem inside of it. They're all pretty clever. Oh my god, Gildan, shut up, please. There. Oh. Yeah, each of the metal flowers has like a haiku, like a poem inside of it that are all pretty clever because they're like all about nature, but at the same time they're like working in like I guess like technology or like programming references and stuff. So this one's pretty easy. There's not like some weird gimmick. There's like those little red marks and we just have to have them point the same way as this thing. So counterclockwise.
What?
That one's up, down, up, right.
What are you doing
Up,
with your hands there,
down.
girl?
Up, right. The main character had like this little special earpiece that you can see right there that lets her see all these like holograms and stuff. Which is why he was like, "What are you doing with your hands?"
I can't believe that worked. I thought
Alright.
you lost your mind tickling the
See what
empty
we
air
gotta
like
do.
that.
I'm sure this guide's not going to like betray me at the last second or anything like that. That definitely has not happened at all
Gildan?
during this game.
I was so sure I saw it. Right there in the window.
I'm sorry, Gildan.
Oh, no.
It's fine. I'm fine. And what a delve it was!
A delve that was. It was a pretty good delve.
Should have brought a cart.
Yeah, so you can see that that chest still has stuff in it, and that's just because like my inventory is completely maxed out, so I can't actually take that stuff.
Okay, let's fix the panel and shut this place down.
Nice. Breaks everything again.
Oh, that's a whole lot prettier, isn't it? What does it mean?
It means it worked.
By the forge. Ha! You are a wonder! Do you hear that often? I'll hazard a guess you do.
I've heard something like that once or
God.
twice.
Oh,
Hope
she's
this
modest
guy's,
now. A master
gonna start
of the
following
arts of
me
the
around.
old ones, a delver to shame the entire
I said I
clan,
hope he's not
and
gonna
she
start
wants to be
following me
modest.
around everywhere.
It's not like I did it alone, Gildan.
No. No, I suppose not.
So what's next for you? On your way back to the claim?
And deprive the people of Song's Edge the story.
Yeah,
of
that
this
does seem to
incredible
happen. Like
parish
whenever
that
you
thought.
do quests in this game, sometimes the
stay there a
characters just
while
like die
longer.
immediately
But a
afterwards.
story is best told by all who encountered it.
There's a few people with plot
Lend
armor
a
though.
hand, won't you?
Because they're me.
Yeah, they're just like the main characters.
I'm just saying, like, hit your quest and then become
Overflow basin empty. Interior accessible.
a dying
Minimal
bot
blood
in the
damage.
background, like, chases you
Sounds
and
like the
kills them.
basement's dried out too.
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
know.
Take a look.
That's definitely
Another
happened
adventure
before.
So soon?
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Braver than me.
I got my
Well, there was no
XP.
question of that.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh, okay. Thank goodness I caught myself after falling 20 feet with my forearms. I remember when I first started playing this game, I did one of the cauldrons, which is the things that I mentioned let you get the ability to like control machines. And I definitely went in there like a little under-leveled because the first thing you fight... Oh, do I have to go back here? Oh. You can fast travel in this game, but it's not letting me. Because the first boss you fight, there's this creature called a bellowback. I can actually just show you what it looks like. There. It's like a big lizard type thing, and it's got that big sack in the back, and it shoots like fireballs or ice balls at you. But the first boss in one of the cauldrons was like a souped up version of one of those. It was just like extra big, had lots of HP. And I think I spent like a good 8 hours trying to kill it. It's just murdering me over and over. Its AI is also like the alligators, where it'll try to like predict where you'll be. So it'll, like, if you're running in a direction, it'll shoot in that, like, ahead of you in that direction, so that if you're just running without paying attention, you'll die. And it's also huge, so it has this ramming attack, and since it's so much bigger, it was really hard to avoid. I think if I remember correctly, what I ended up doing is I just placed like 20, like I just placed the max number of fire traps that it let me. Or not fire traps, explosive traps. They just deal like a ton of damage if something gets close to them. And I just put a huge number of them in a big pile, and it walked over to me and just died. And that's how I ended up beating it, because I just, my bow was really weak at the time, and I didn't have fancy armor, of course, so I just wasn't able to play well enough to beat it normally, I guess. I came pretty close a few times, but I mean, it would hit me at one time and I would just die, because I'm playing on the highest setting, and on the highest setting, pretty much everything, if it hits you with like its heavy attack, it will just one-shot you.
So kidding about the sound.
Oh, hello, Mr. Alligator. You friends? Friends? I don't think so. I mean, if you're just there by yourself, you're not really a threat. Those like when you scan something, it highlights like its weak spots, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna try to break off this little canister protection. So you got like shot way ahead of where I actually was. It's because I was trying to like beat my position. Thankfully, it's not particularly smart, it seems. Fine. Go down there. Do a bear fight. Most of the times when I die, it's because I get stuck on terrain. There's a lot of janky terrain mechanics in this game. There's armor on it. You got me. Canister. Start to explode. I need to run because the explosion does actually damage you. Do a attack from above that I unlocked. This is one of the things you get really at the end of the game, where it lets you like assassinate or do heavy damage to things by jumping on them. Oh my goodness! Thank God for this armor. Died like 4 times already. Oh, even the dinosaurs getting caught on like the janky terrain. It's always really funny how bad the terrain is in this game sometimes. Oh, I hit the canister. Get out of here. I don't actually know how much HP these guys have, but it's not like a crazy amount. Usually the burning damage out quite a bit of their health. And then you can shoot the thing on their belly right there, or on their throat, that lets them shoot their ice. If you destroy that, it actually removes the ability for them to use that attack, which is pretty cool. You can like disable enemy attacks by hitting like specific parts of their body. If I could actually manage to hit it. down again. Well, the machine or the gun I have that pins things down, normally the weakest version of it does actually take quite a few shots to do that, but you can see on mine it has those like little green and white markers. The white ones are its like base power. I've like upgraded mine to the point where it's like essentially like each shot I do counts as like 2 or 3 shots from what the base one does. And same thing for like all my weapons. They're all just like massively upgraded at this point. It's pretty fun to play like when you're that overpowered, because all the animals that you were previously afraid of are just like not really much of a match for you anymore on their own. If they gang up on you, they can still kill you though. Right. Oh, that's nice. Got it. Last girls on Earth. Auto cars are on their way. Mine will take me to my apartment in Cody. Hers will take her to the vertiport. She brought her luggage with her to work today. Everything she owns packed into 2 little suitcases. She's wearing the fanciest outfit I've ever seen her in. It's for Mom, she said. She bought me this outfit, if you can believe it. Normally, like, who cares? But I don't know. She's already dealing with a lot. We walked through the dam today, listening to all those tapes, read all these messages, and maybe this is one of those sign my yearbook will never lose touch things, but I'm not scared of losing Laura anymore. We're family. We didn't inherit each other or settle on each other. We chose each other. No amount of distance, no number of jerks in bad suits or obsequious robots are going to tear us apart. So listen, on the off chance that someone ever actually does stumble onto these things, here's the truth. There was this band called Concrete Beach Party, and for a second it was the best band in the world. And you, whoever you are really, really lucky because you're the only person who ever got to hear them. Pretty cute. So, like, all of the people in this game are, like, being evacuated because these, like, robots are basically destroying the planet, and you find all these, like, logs and stuff that they wrote as they were, I guess, coming to terms with the end of the world. Like, end of drums or something.
You look happy to be playing again.
I don't know what you did, but the water drained in the snap of a short song. What do you think of the music?
I've never heard it.
That's because there's no other place with such resonance, and of course, no one else knows these pipes like I do. I learned them by ear before I could walk, strapped to my father's back. Thank you for draining the waters. Please, take this.
The expansion pack takes place in what's called the Frozen North. In the north, there's like a tribe of people. I think they're called the Banuk, if I remember correctly. But like all the other people in this game are really afraid of or like hostile towards the machines. But the Banuk are the only, I guess, tribe in the game that. Oops.
Live from the illustrious Overflow Basin Studios, it's Concrete Beach Party! A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4!
Funny. That's kind of cute. Like the people who were like the last humans in this, I guess, like dam facility. You know, they're leaving all these tapes that are like their garage band basically, and you know, the Banuk person I'm helping here is using them as drums. So it's like, you know, their little band somehow survived all the stuff that happened. It's a nice little story. But yeah, the Banuk, they I wouldn't say they like the machines, but they have like all kinds of like beliefs and superstitions about them, and not all of them are like negative beliefs like all the other tribes. So that's something that's pretty interesting about them.
Can't be too prepared.
It's always nice to grab the stuff that fills your pouch so you don't have to use potions, because potions are fairly expensive to make. They're actually the only item that I can't just like spam in fights because I will run out of like the resources for them. Singapore, May 5th, 2043. As the water recedes, the people return. A large pink-tinted rock marks the summit of Bukit Timah Hill, Singapore's highest point, at one time 164 meters above sea level. Charmaine Lowe records a self-hollow next to the rock, her bright smile contradicted by nervous fidgeting with her prismatic fake nails and 30s-style subdermal jewelry. I thought I'd never see this place again. I still can't believe it's real, she marvels. Proud Bukit Timah stood firm against time and weather, but the rest of Singapore has fared less well. With approximately a third of the island nation at less than 5 meters above sea level, Singaporeans like Carmane were forced to abandon their homes as inexorable waters leached away their foundations throughout the snoring 20s. Now the surviving members of Carmane's family are returning alongside many others. As global temperatures and sea levels stabilize, people come by air or by water. Some seek refuge from the deleterious effects of the Citarum River tragedy, whose costs still reverberate today. All hope to build new lives atop the collapse of the once stable and prosperous country. Singapore represents one of the many states abandoned by their citizens in the aftermath of heavy coastal flooding. Questions surrounding ownership are difficult to answer. Government and law enforcement personnel fled far in advance of the country's devastation, and documentation of title is scattered at best. The plot of land on which Charmaine's childhood home once sat had belonged to the Lowe family for almost, and data corrupted. Alright. Go to. I feel like I'm going the right way. My mount, goat. My goat, who always seems to be just around the corner where I need them, of course. See. Honestly, I can never tell how much faster the mounts are. It doesn't really feel like they're that much faster, but I think they are.
Can't find its footing on these slopes.
Okay. These aren't Skyrim horses, so can't just climb up the side of a mountain. Well, I'm a little surprised the goat is the one that's having trouble. I'd expect the horse machine to have some trouble, but not the goat machine. I probably have to climb here. All these like white markings are just indicators of where you can climb.
Cold. Very cold. I get it. I'm pretty far up.
So I think I'm up here
Shaman's path
looking
must be
for
across the
someone
with the markers not too
who is like the shaman of the village or something like that. Oh, I see. Get on.
Looks like each
Ow.
marker points to another, giving directions.
Fancy.
Guess I'm heading deeper into the cold, creepy ice cave. What's this charm for? To help guide the way with sound? If there's
God.
more, maybe my focus can find them.
Oh, thank goodness. I was gonna say, I hope I don't have to listen like where it sounds like it's coming from, because
Yep,
I'm
focus
bad
can
at
pick
this
up
sort
the
of
chimes.
thing.
Should help me find my way.
Okay. All these expert climbers. Oh.
Another marker. Good.
Ah. Sometimes it's really funny when your character is like doing stuff because you have like this this little thing in her ear that lets her see things and it like marks things for her and all that. Like all the other people in this world are just having to like deal with things as best they can, given just like their natural abilities, but she basically has like a supercomputer on her ear.
Wait. Back?
Back? Gotta go the wrong way. She basically has a supercomputer on her ear that lets her see things that no one else can see, which is kind of amusing. Gone the wrong.
The chime. Not sure I saw this fork before.
But yeah, it's just hilarious when she's, you know, Ayla will say like, "Oh yeah, this is how you defeat the machine." We're like, "Oh my god, how did you know that?" And it's just because like her earpiece told her.
Then where?
It went. Yeah. Oh, I see. I have to climb.
I see. Up.
They added dialogue for all this.
Stalkers.
Oh,
Better
they're
be
just
careful.
beans. Stalkers are like these panther things that can turn cool. They're pretty cool. They're still a little challenging to deal with because they have a sniper, and if they like shoot you from far away, they can just, if they get a headshot on you, you're just dead. I don't know if my armor will keep me alive in that case either. I think it might not be powerful enough to save me from like a headshot from the stalkers. They're just that powerful. And part of the thing with the stalkers, of course, is that you can't see them when they turn invisible. Yeah, but he turned invisible. I don't actually remember what they're weak to. Okay, they're weak to lightning, air. That's pretty easy then. Bunch of lightning arrows. Doesn't really seem to be affected by lightning. Just because it's corrupted, that makes them like very resistant to everything. Oh yeah, so that's the next bullet I was talking about. Oh, he got me. Some of those are pretty tough to fight, especially in a tunnel. They can just run up to you. Normally I take advantage of like the big open spaces to be able to kite things, but you can't do that there. I could set a bunch of traps. I might just do that. It's usually the easiest way to deal with things in like tunnels. So set a bunch of traps. They're like tripwires. Pretty cool. You can put them wherever you want, and they inflict like a lot of status ailment on whatever hits them. 3 of those. Floaty just deal a ton of damage when something walks over them.
Gotta get past these stalkers, one way or another.
3 of them here. Alright. Come over here. Come on. Oh! I think I blasted off his sniper, so... God, but I am now trapped. I don't want to be here. I'm getting out. Trying to crit, but the other guy is getting in the way. Oh, that is one nice thing, is that they actually... Oh, I died there. They do hit each other, so if you get them like in a really tight area, they can actually just kill each other. Okay. I'm probably just gonna put an extra 2 bombs down. That should deal. He saw me already. I think 5 is the maximum I can have. That guy got blasted. Oh, he got his friend. Frames. I can't see what's going on at all. They have like a long tail that's really annoying and hard to dodge when you're in a tunnel like that. Come on. The other one ran off too. Abandoned its friend. There you are. Twice apparently. Okay. I think there was a third one, but usually once there's, like I said, usually when it's just one animal, it's not too hard to deal with. This one, there's like a whole pack of them that it's kind of challenging. Those are like little mines that they put down. Very annoying. Usually they just explode. Get away from them, it's fine. 2. Right. Time out. I guess that was supposed to be like the
Done with the cave.
the dungeon boss. There's like 3 of those at once. Recraft my bombs. Like, I have so much of the stuff you use to make these that kind of spam them.
How does this bridge work? Looks like it needs to fill up with ground before I can cross.
Oh wow, that was a little scary.
Around the bend we go.
Someone's calling me on the phone. I think I'm gonna call it here then and finish this up later. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.